Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Mount Carmel Area High School Red Tornado football tonight. The Red Tornadoes have traveled down to the Spartan Stadium on the campus of North Schuylkill Area High School, where they will take on the 7-2 playoff-bound Spartans. The Red Tornadoes come into the game perfect 9-0, and this looks like an absolute whale of a football game, Wayne, from what we have seen with the spirit in this stadium right now. It was the senior night here for the Spartans, and they are revved up. They've got the student section in the end zone tonight, and they're looking for a big game.
Yeah, this Spartan team has come a long way in the last couple of years, and of course, Coach Geist over on the other sideline has them with a 7-2 record at this point in the season. I think losing to Schuylkill Haven and then to Marion during the season, two very, very tough teams. But they have some quality players over there, some key players that have produced all year long and came out and shown that they can play football with anybody on the field.
The Spartans will enter next week. They will enter the District 11 2A playoffs. The Red Tornadoes, of course, will enter the District 4 2A playoffs. So there's either a win or a loss. Isn't going to hurt anybody tonight. Although a win for the Red Tornadoes, of course, caps a perfect season, and they're hard to come by. Tonight, we're going to look at the Spartans again, mostly a running team. They've gained their bread and butter on the ground. They will throw the ball. They've thrown only for about just under 400 yards the whole year, so you don't throw it a lot. The quarterback actually ran for about 360-some yards or so like that this year, too, so he's a threat to run. But the guy to look at is going to be Kress, number 21. Kress is over 1,000 yards on the season running, and he is the major threat. They will come out in absolutely a myriad of offensive sets. I mean, there's no way to tell what that set's going to be. They're just going to come out and do all kinds of things, and they'll jump around on defense into several different defensive schemes also. So the Red Tornadoes are going to have their hands full tonight trying to figure out what the Spartans are doing. The Red Tornadoes are going to kick off to start this football game, and they're going to be kicking down there to number 8, Scott Hauser, and number 32, I believe, Cody Flail. I don't know if that's 32 down there, Wayne, or 31. He's going to have to turn to me, but I think it's 32. He's on the far side of the field over there, and we'll confirm he hasn't moved an inch now since I was trying to call his number. I think it's 32. It is. So 32 down there is Cody Flail. All right, Menapace is going to tee it up, and we're getting ready to get this game underway. Of course, this is an intense rivalry for the Spartans.
Yes,
and the only non-conference game on the schedule for the Red Tornadoes.
Yes, the Tornadoes certainly do not want to drop North Schuylkill. This was the very first team in the history of football for the Tornadoes.
All right, Menapace lets it rip. It's going to go to Flail down around the 15-yard line. Flail taking it up along his sideline. Flail still on his feet and finally taken out of bounds there by Mr. Dietz, number 47 for the Red Tornadoes. So it's 1st and 10 Spartans. They're going to spot the ball at the 28-yard line. So the 28-yard line of the Spartans, and they'll go on offense. Kelly, 12, the quarterback, and he's the seasoned veteran. Again, we saw him as a freshman on this team. Most of these kids, actually, we saw as freshmen when they began to play. So they've all got 4 years under their belt. They're in an I formation. And they go inside to the fullback, White Cavich, and he goes nowhere. He's going to be stopped by Cloacus down there.
Cloacus comes through the gap in between the guard or the tackle and the end, and comes right through the hole and makes the stop.
He'll lose 2 yards on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down at about 12. Nice play by the linebacker. And again, don't get used to the I formation because they'll be in and out of every different. They'll put their backs every place you could put them in the backfield. Believe me. White Cavich now the bigger. You can tell him the bigger of the two backs with Kress back there. Now they're in a split backfield and back at Kelly. And Kelly's going to pass the ball. He looks downfield. He was trying to hit Steve Ennis. Ennis, it was high. He was reaching up, and he took a big hit from the defensive secondary.
Now, Morose came in that time. Ennis was looking up to catch the ball and take control of it, and Morose just, hit him pretty hard, and, of course, the ball hits the ground.
So it's going to bring up 3rd down now and about 12 for the Spartans. As the Red Tornadoes looking good on defense. They're pretty much picking up where they left off last week with the Tigers.
North Schuylkill comes out and their offensive set is pretty much a mirror image of what the Tornadoes, wide slot, I formation on either side.
They'll go into an I formation again here on the third down call. Kelly's going to pass. He drops back. He's under trouble from Goins. It's a screen pass. He's got number 8 down there all the way up the sideline. He's going to pick up enough for the first down on a pretty screen play by the Spartans.
Yeah, they played that very well. Quarterback went back and a big rush by James Goins that time. Almost had him and makes a nice pass. Kovaleski drives him out of bounds. Kills the clock.
Hauser on the reception for the Spartans. And it said it is enough for a first down. So it's 1st and 10 Spartans. Ball sitting at the 39-yard line. Again, they stay in the I formation. White Cabbage in front of Kress. And it's White Cabbage. And White Cabbage has some room now. And he's going to bull his way down. Rose will finally kind of collar him and bring him down. But a big gain, almost 10 yards on the play. He's going to be just short of the first down.
Straight dive play off tackle, and he was hit with about 4 guys coming through the line, right off the line of scrimmage, and bulls his way up. He's real close to the first down, short by maybe about a half a yard.
Yeah, a little less than a yard, the way it looks where they placed it down at. Ball sitting at the Spartan, about just outside the Spartan 49-yard line. And now he'll go into a split backfield again. Long count, and he goes to Kress. And no, he keeps a keeper, and he's free. Kelly's free in the defensive backfield, and he's loose. It's going to take Morgan to chase him down, and Morgan will not. Touchdown, North Schuylkill. They're on the scoreboard at the 10:09 mark on a great run by Kelly. A keeper on a 3rd and half a yard. He keeps it, puts it in with a 51-yard touchdown run.
What was really nice about that is the way he hid the ball. It was a straight dive play. He tucked it on his hip, and you couldn't even see him coming around the back of the line of scrimmage and takes off down the sideline in front of their bench.
So an early score for the Spartans, and they are on the board. We're waiting for the extra point attempt. It looks like numbers. I'm trying to get his number down. I can't see. And we'll see in a second here. The ball 60. Is up. There's a flag down on the ground. 60 is Hutnik is the kicker, but a flag down on the ground. We'll see what that's going to be. He kicks out of the hold of Ferrari. And it looks like it's going against the Red Tornadoes. We'll see what the call here. There it is, offside, Red Tornadoes. So they're going to, I think they might decline it. No, they're going to kick it again. They're just going to move it in. Now they're going to go back into a kick formation again. And it looks like they're going to still stay in that kick formation as Putnik moves the tee up a little bit there to get himself straight. He's a straight-on kicker like we are. Big kid. High snap, but he puts it up and he drills it. No question about that. The extra point good. It is 7-0. North Schuylkill here early in the first quarter, play at Spartan Stadium.
Well, as we stated, North Schuylkill has nothing to lose here. They have everything to gain and a lot of respect by coming out and striking first, with 10 minutes and 9 seconds left in this quarter. Nice series of plays that Coach Geist had on his play card over on that side of the field. Set that play up perfectly on a straight dive play from that I formation, and all of a sudden it fake it and the quarterback keeps it and rolls around the corner.
All right, Hutnik's going to tee it up. He's going to be kicking down deep to the same trio you've seen all year at Mount Carmel area with DeMarco on the far side, Pulowski in the middle here, and Lamb, number 24, on the close side on his own sideline. Hutnik signals that he's ready to go, and he is. And he's going to let it rip right down the middle to Pulowski. Pulowski about his 8-yard line, and Pulowski brings it up the field, and Pulowski has an opening. Pulowski makes a nice run back, takes it up over the 30-yard line, out to the 33-yard line. We'll see where they finally place it down.
Ian Fucci, number 70, makes the tackle for North Schuylkill.
So we'll put it down at the 34-yard line where it's 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes. The first offensive series of the night here for Big Red, and they'll come out in an I formation. They'll have Demetrius in front of Pulowski. And it's Pulowski on the deep handoff, and Pulowski gaining some big yardage as he takes it up over the 40-yard line out to the 42-yard line.
Working the left side of the offensive line for the Tornadoes, and that was a nice.
It's an 8-yard, but they're going to, where they pull it down now, it's going to be 9 yards, and they're going to measure. It's that close. Actually, he gained about 9.5. We'll see where it comes out when they bring it out to measure, but that was a nice start-off run for the Red Tornadoes.
Of course, the left tackle, number 14, Trevor Demko. The left guard, number 66, Kyle Higgins. The center, number 60, Chris Steck. The right guard, number 50, James Goins. The right tackle, number 70, Zach Lutz. The tight end, number 88, Colin Menepace. The quarterback, number 7, Marcus Washaleski. The split end, number 9, Matt Morose. The slot, number 1, Matt Kovaleski. Number 21, the tailback, Justin Pulowski. And number 28, the fullback, Julius Demetrius.
Second down and a little less than 1 for the Red Tornadoes. Demko wearing 65 in the line tonight on that right side of the line there, or left side line. But second and short, it's Demetrius, and Demetrius picks up the first down and then some as he takes it up to the 48-yard line where it's 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes. Number 7, Hubler on the stop.
Yeah, Zach Hogan, number 1, listening, makes the hit on Julius Demetrius. Same similar play that Julius had a 62-yard run last week against Southern Area off the left side. North Schuylkill running a 5-2 defense, similar to what North Schuylkill or Southern Area ran last week. So our blocking scheme should be pretty similar to what we did.
This time it's Demetrius in the backfield, and Demetrius spins away from a tackle, and Demetrius still running. Again, it's going to take number 2 or
Ennis.
2 down there. Ennis, you had to stop him, but that's a tough, hard run for Demetrius. He wouldn't go down, and he picks up. We're going to pick up 7 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 3 as the Red Tornadoes moving pretty well here offensively on their first series.
Yeah, they're doing some nice blocking in the center of the line in between the 2 tackles and opening up some nice areas for Julius to run through.
We're going to a shotgun formation for the first time this evening, but we hand it to Demetrius. Demetrius finding a hole. Demetrius is loose. Demetrius loose in the backfield. One guy to stop him, and he finally does. Hogan takes him out of bounds, but not before he takes it down to the Spartan 20. Let's see, down in the 23-yard line where it's 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes. Nothing fancy about this.
No, that
This
wasn't.
Just head-on football here, Wayne.
Just a straight dive play for Demetrius, but we've seen that all season long. Demetrius is a very strong runner. You really have to take him down low to stop him.
All right, we'll leave Demetrius as the one back in the backfield. He has 2 guys right, 1 guy left to the short side, and it's Demetrius on a quick handoff. And Demetrius still not down.
And that to the outside.
Continues to
Look at that.
find his way. He crosses over the 20-yard line, and he'll take it down to about the 17-yard line.
Yeah, he stopped right at the right side on the line of scrimmage. He kicks back out to the left side, picks up a strong 6 yards that time for the Tornadoes.
Demetrius comes out of the lineup now for a breather. DeMarco goes into the lineup for the Red Tornadoes, and DeMarco
Now,
will line up
brings
in
you.
actually, DeMarco's going to line up as the fullback, but a little bit of an offset on that eye now. And it's Pulowski on the carry. Pulowski trying to find the end. He can cut back inside. He makes a nice move, and Pulowski on his feet all the way down to the 5-yard line. We'll give it to him. We'll give it at the 6.
Ennis was the one that made the tackle, and Pulowski almost kicked his foot out of that tackle on about the 6-yard liner and just about walked in.
So it's going to be 1st and goal now for the 6. Demetrius back into the Red Tornado lineup with the play. But both backs for the Red Tornadoes running very hard tonight. All right, we go into that heavy backfield with Goins, the fullback number 50 now in that fullback spot in front of Demetrius. They give it to Demetrius. Demetrius still on his feet. Demetrius is going to bulls his way into the end zone.
Yep.
A 6-yard run by Julius Demetrius at the 7:14 mark, and it's 7-6 now. Spartans with the extra point attempt for the Red Tornadoes. That's about as hard a running as you're going to see, Wayne, from a fullback and a halfback.
You come in and take a look. Goins, he just plowed everybody over that time, and Julius kicks to the left a little bit and takes that ball in on that 6-yard run.
Morose will be the holder. Of course, Menepace has to change his shoe every time he kicks, so it takes a little bit of time for him to get in, but he is in there now, and he looks like he's ready. So we'll see how the attempt goes. Snap is back and down. Menapace puts it up, and it is good. The score all tied up now, 7-7. And this is an exciting first couple of minutes here in this football game as both teams draw some blood here tonight.
Down to 7 minutes and 14 seconds left in the quarter. We have 2 scores on the board, one from each team. Great series of play calling on both sides of this field, both on the North Schuylkill side and on the Tornado side.
We want to take a moment here and welcome all of you on the webcast. All of you out there, wherever you're listening, we truly enjoy having you along with us for this evening, and we will bring this game to you as best we possibly can, but it's just an enjoyable moment to know you're all out there, and we are very happy to be able to webcast this game from WKMC TV. All right. Menapace jams the tee down and says, I'm getting ready here, so I'll tell you what, no lack of excitement here in this football game so far. And pretty much what we thought. We got a 7-2 team and a 9-0 team squaring off late in the season. Both teams playoff bound. And this is what it's all about right here. Oof. Big kick by Menapace. He drives them both into the end zone and he falls down. He actually caught it right at the 1 yard line and he slipped and fell and ended up in the end zone. So he'll go into the end zone for a touchback. That was Hauser trying to hold on to it there, but it was so deep he was backpedaling and just couldn't stop himself from going in.
If you take a look at the field's in fairly decent shape for this time of the year, but right at the middle, on about from the 5 yard line in, it is muddy and sloppy.
Yeah.
There's no grass there whatsoever.
All right, the Spartans come back out in that I formation, and now they move out of it, and they're going to put Cress in the slot. So it's basically a split backfield off to one side, but it's White Cabbage. And White Cabbage will take it up. They'll give him, we'll see where his forward motion comes. It should be about a yard on the play. They'll put it down about the 21, so it'll be second down and 9.
Initial hit there. Ooh, who's getting up? Colocus is number 6. He's getting up, and McCullum. There was a host of tacklers that time for the Tornadoes, but those two were the initial hit. 2 linebackers playing some good defensive ball here tonight.
All right, Kelly, the senior, brings him up. He again starts off, at least, in that I formation. Again, with White Cabbage in front of Crest. They go to the exact same formation. Crest now back into the slot. A split backfield, and it's going to go down to Hauser with some blocking down along the sideline. A quick pass. Tried to pick up the tackle's block and couldn't. But he's going to pick up about 4 yards on the play out to the 25, so it'll be third down and 5.
Trying to see. I guess that was Demko. Demko kicked to the outside and turned him and actually stopped his forward progress a little bit. He had to stop his forward motion and turn back upfield, so that slowed him down enough that we had some help coming over to make the tackle that time.
In the last third down play we saw from the Spartans, we saw Kelly go into the end zone, so it'll be interesting to see. Now we go into a split backfield. Again, it's still White Cabbage and Crest back there. A long count, and it's White Cabbage up the middle, and this time he goes nowhere. As Goins is one of them. There's a guy on the bottom there. We'll see him get up, and that's going to be Colocus. So Goins and Colocus. Colocus right now having a heck of a football game here at Spartan Stadium in this very opening period here, and it's going to be fourth down, and we'll see the first punt of the evening from the Spartans.
Of course, the 2 boys going back for the Tornadoes, Moroz and Lamb, have not seen or touched a punt in the last 3 games.
Looks like 23 during the punting. That's going to be Doug Dean. And Dean makes a nice kick. It's going to bounce down in front of the Red Tornadoes, and they're going to have to pick it up, and they do. And it's Lamb. Lamb will be caught from behind by number 21, Crest. So the Red Tornadoes will go on offense in business over the 40-yard line out at the 42-yard line. So good field position for the Red Tornadoes to start the second drive of the evening. And they've had their way here on offense in that first drive. They marched right down the field, and again, nothing fancy. It was pound, and they did.
I'll tell you what. Last week we came out against Southern and carried the ball only a handful of times, and it was pass all night long. And I think Coach sort of realizes with the playoffs coming up that we need to carry the ball.
Pulowski's going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage on a great play by Derek Hughes. He's going to lose some yardage on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and about 12.
Yeah, it is strung out by the defensive end that time on the left side. Pulowski couldn't make the turn, caught from behind by Hughes and drug down.
Morgan will take the play in for the Red Tornadoes. They'll come out on the 2nd and long, and they'll come out with one back, Pulowski in the backfield. And it's Pulowski, the exact play going the other way now. They're stringing Pulowski out. Pulowski makes the turn this time, and Pulowski will pick up the 1st down, or very close. We'll see where they put him out of bounds. He went out of bounds right at the marker. So the exact same play does a lot better going the other way.
Yeah, see, here's part of the problem. They're stringing out. We had enough of blockers out there. They have to take the man down as soon as they possibly can to give Pulowski enough a chance to turn the corner a lot quicker to see what's going on down the field.
The spot right now seems to be the problem here. They're gonna set it down now. If that's where they put the ball out, he must have went out of bounds a lot. Okay, I was gonna say went a lot quicker than I thought, but no. But it looks like it's going to be a 1st down, and it is. There was some arguing about where the ball was being spotted. It's right in front of the Red Tornado bench, so I can't see exactly what they were doing. But there was a lot of guys pointing and arguing down there during that. But it's a 1st down, and it is 1st down in Spartan territory now at the Spartan 48-yard line.
Coach is changing the play. He was sending Morgan in and called him back.
Well, they had the short yardage play there for a second because they didn't think he got it where they marked him out, but he actually did. So it's 1st down now, and this time we'll have DeMarco at the fullback spot, and he's in front of Pulowski. He has 2 guys wide to the right of the formation, and it's going to be Pulowski. And Pulowski stops and looks to try to find some room there, and there just isn't. Number 35 on the stop, and that's going to be Mike Schinkis for the Spartans, and that's no gain on the play.
No, they had that one pretty well scouted out. I think they looped into the loop to the left on the defense. You could see the linebacker shifting his nose guard over into the left gap of the center that time. So I don't know whether they seen something on the films to see that, in that formation we run at times to the right or what. But they had picked that play up.
Washington in the shotgun. Now he puts Pulowski in motion, but he goes the other way, and the ball's on the ground, and the Spartans have recovered it. Demetrius was the guy they were trying to hand it to, but the ball hit the ground. Number 23, Doug Dean, on the recovery for the Spartans.
Doug Dean had Pulowski. Demetrius had passed Dean out, and Dean reached back and grabbed his arm, and that's when the ball came out. Demetrius certainly had some running room up on the left-hand side, and all season long we've seen Demetrius double arm cover that ball as he's going through the line, and this time he didn't because he's looking down to a clear field. He thought he had some good running room there.
Big break for the Spartans. The recovered fumbles at the Red Tornado 45-yard line. They go on offense. They're going to set out there in a split backfield, and the ball carrier is going to be number 36, and 36 bulls his way down. That is going to be White Cabbage. He is tough to bring down. He's a big guy. Yeah. In fact, he's listed here at 6 foot, 200 pounds, but he actually looks bigger than that, to tell you the truth. Yeah, he's a load. He takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line.
No.
Or I'm sorry, the 38-yard line. Mike is standing right in front of the 4 there, so I couldn't see the yard marker there. So he's at the 38. He's got to get to around the 35 for the 1st down. It's 2nd down and 3. Now we go into a full house backfield, kind of like the wishbone look here. And we're going to give it to Kress, and Kress bulls his way down to the 35. He should have enough for the 1st down.
Look like Demko, number 29, comes in from that strong safety position to make that tackle.
So the Spartans actually looking very good on their third offensive series as they recover the fumble, and they are marching here. It is a 1st down. It's 1st and 10 Spartans. The ball just about the Red Tornado 34-yard line. And as I said in the beginning, we've seen every different offensive set you can and then some, and they're going to stay in that wishbone look right now. And it's going to go to number 40 down there, and 40 picks up some big yardage again for the Spartans. Menapace on the stop, but Pavelko on the carry.
I just call it Menapace on the defensive inside. Make the tackle right in the middle of the field. That's, And if he doesn't make the tackle, he picks up some yardage there. He had some running room, and it was wide open in the center.
He picked up 6 yards on the play. It's 2nd down and 4 now for the Spartans. The ball inside the 30-yard line, just about the Red Tornado 28. So the Spartans on the move, and they come out in the same formation. White Cabbage now kind of moving the other way, and that's the direction they go, and it's Crest.
Nice play by Colokus.
Yeah, if the ball's on the ground, they recovered a fumble. They knocked the ball loose from Crest. I did not see who recovered the fumble.
That was Colokus. Colokus caused the fumble. I don't know who recovered it, but Colokus was in it like a shot off the right guard on the defensive end side and blows right through and almost took the handoff from the quarterback.
1st and 10, Red Tornadoes now. The ball at the 30-yard line and the fumble recovery. Yeah, the Red Tornadoes knew that play. They saw that play coming. Wasilewski back to pass. He looks downfield. He's got Moroz wide open. And Moroz can't hold on to it. Down along the Red Tornado sideline. 2nd down 10.
And all he did was a little hook and go. He faked to the inside, and the defender bit on that, and he was wide open by about a good 10 yards. He catches that ball. That's a touchdown.
He was wide open, that's for sure.
There's a couple different plays. You look at the Spartans' defense. When we run a wide slot, the tight end would be wide open on the left-hand side because there is no one over here protecting.
Pulowski in motion to give it to Pulowski. Pulowski's going to try to find that sideline, but the Spartans are, well, they actually got a lot more than I thought. In fact, he almost picked up the 1st down.
It looked like number 7 that time, Blake Hubler, was the one that tripped up Pulowski. Where Pulowski was moving down the sideline a little bit more.
He's a yard short of the 1st down. It actually turned out to be a 9-yard run. It looked like he wasn't going to go anywhere. He picks up 9 on the play, so it'll bring 3rd down and 1 now for the Tornadoes.
Abumar is in, number 57, into the tackle position for the Tornadoes. Hynoski, Hiroman, number 82, TJ, comes in on the left side.
Goins goes back into that fullback spot now. He's off the line as the fullback now. He's in front of Demetrius, and he's leading Demetrius. And Demetrius will pick up the 1st down as he crosses over the 40-yard line out to the 41. It's 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes.
Cody Flail, number 32, makes the tackle for North Schuylkill.
A 7-7 ball game here in the waning seconds of the 1st quarter. About 37 seconds left there as DeMarco brings the play in for the Red Tornadoes, and he'll line up in that backfield, and he's going to line up as the tailback now in back of Demetrius.
A little bit we're putting some more speed back there.
And DeMarco's going to get it. DeMarco's going to the other side of the field, but he's going to be stopped very quickly in there by the Spartans. I think it was number 35 on the play for the Spartans. Jinkas. Couldn't tell for sure. Might be Hubler also helping out there.
Yeah, I thought it was Hubler.
Maybe Hubler.
Too.
Let's give Hubler then.
We're
all in agreement there. I'm going with Hubler.
It's his tackle.
Hubler on the tackle. All right, brings up 2nd down and 10. No gain on the play. That's a play where everybody looks like they're going to the left, and he goes right. But the Spartans didn't bite on it, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the 1st quarter of play here at Spartan Stadium with the score all knotted up, 7-7. It's been a whale of a 1st period here for both these schools. The game following pretty much what we thought it would be. Now, the Spartans are not a big passing team. They can they'll pass to keep you honest, and they'll occasionally pass if they think they see something. But for the most part, they were kind of a grinded out, run it group. The Red Tornadoes, of course, we're never sure what now in the last few games. Now, they come out last week and were just intent on throwing the ball. They would not run the ball. They were intent on throwing it. And this week they come out, and now they almost look intent on running it. They don't throw the ball much at all, at least in the 1st period here. So it's an interesting way to look at things as they're feeling each other out here. The Red Tornadoes, obviously would love to end an undefeated season here tonight, and that's what they're playing for. They're already in the District 4, and they already are the top seed, so they will play at home as long as they can win. So, they're missing that impetus to try to win the game, but they do want to be undefeated.
The last undefeated season was 2002. Was the last undefeated regular season for the Tornadoes.
All right, we're going to go into the shotgun now on the 2nd and 10. He has two guys wide left to the wide side of the field. One guy here on the short side. It's Pulowski out here to the right side of the formation. And now Pulowski goes in motion, and he hands it to Pulowski. No, hands it to Demetrius, actually, on a little bit of a tricker handoff there as Demetrius was standing next to him. And Demetrius will pick up about 4 yards on the play.
Yeah, that's just a trap play on the right-hand side between the tackle and the guard, picking up the defenders, and it was a misdirection play. That's the second time we've seen that, where Pulowski is in motion, goes in front of Wasilewski, and it's a fake handoff, and then we give it to Julius Demetrius. And I'm sure, again, coach is probably setting something up here where we're going to run the same play, but this time give it to Pulowski.
All right, it's about 3rd and 7 here out of the shotgun, and this time he takes 2 steps back. He's looking downfield. He has plenty of time, and he finds his man. It's Moroz. Moroz will be brought down by Hogan, but Moroz will have enough for the first down in Spartan territory at the Spartan 46-yard line.
A little high that time, although Moroz goes up and, brings that ball down. Great concentration. We see we're not running a huddle here. It's a quicker offense for the Tornadoes.
All right, the Red Tornadoes do switch to a no-huddle offense. Wasilewski trying to get them lined up here. Again, 2 guys now out to the right of the formation, 1 left. He drops straight back, looks downfield. He's got 1 guy isolated down, and it's Moroz. And Moroz could not stay in bounds. He was being covered down there by Hogan, and he tried to stay in bounds, but he's going to go out actually about the – let's see where he goes out. I'm looking at the far end of the field here. We're going to be down around the 15 or 14.
Around the 15-yard line.
Yeah, 15.
You're right.
So 1st and 10 from the 15 now for the Red Tornadoes.
This isolation play that time for Moroz. We seen that last week with Pulowski, ran the same pattern that time down the left-hand side, and Marcus puts it on the spot at both occasions. Moroz having a little bit difficult time keeping his feet in bounds.
On the 1st and 10, nobody in the backfield. He hits Demetrius as Demetrius was in motion out of the backfield. The stop made down there by Ennis, but a nice gain on the play down inside the 10 now to the 6-yard line. So it's going to be...
Again, hurry-up offense here for the Tornadoes. Marcus is looking over to Coach. Coach is calling the plays from the sidelines.
Again, it's Demetrius, and Demetrius first stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Demetrius is going to bull his way down to the 1-yard line.
So close. And again, did you see Demetrius double arm cover that ball to make sure he does not lose it? He takes a big hit on the line of scrimmage, but spins off.
You can see look how he got hit right in the middle there, and now watch him. And he gets down. He's going to get down just inside the 1-yard line. It's 1st and goal, Red Tornadoes. But that's some tough running by Demetrius.
He's been doing it all year long.
The Red Tornadoes come out in a I formation now with Demetrius in front of DeMarco in the thing. It's DeMarco, and DeMarco gets bounced, and DeMarco trying to get outside, and he will not. Number 24, a great play by Hughes for the Spartans, and actually they're going to lose some yardage.
Yeah, that time I think the left side of the offensive line or the defensive line for the Spartans did an excellent job. They just bottled up that hole. And blocked off DeMarco from making any type of penetration and stopped him on a 2-yard loss.
So it's 2nd and goal from the 3. Pulowski in motion. We pitch it to Pulowski, and Pulowski's trying to find the corner, and he
does.
Touchdown. It took a while for him to get down there, but a touchdown for the Red Tornadoes on Pulowski's 3-yard run. It's 13-7 now with the extra point attempt to come, and the Red Tornadoes doing a little bit of everything right now. Inside, outside, though, they're throwing the ball. Here you see him. Watch him go all the way to the side here. And for a second, it doesn't look like he's going to get in there. The guy that was really trying to pressure him was Hauser.
Yep.
And he just was able to keep his balance and make that turn. And that's hard to do on a 1-yard line.
Again, some of the problem comes in that the lead blockers are not taking the defense down to the ground. They're leaving them standing up, and they're stringing that play out entirely too long. They're not giving Pulowski enough of time or enough of room to make a cut upfield.
Menapace in the kick. The snap is down. The kick is up. The kick is good. It's 14-7 now at the 9:52 mark of the 2nd quarter. So a lot of give and take and punching and counter punching here tonight for both these teams. That was a pretty series of plays there. You saw a lot of different, again, two teams that do a lot of different things on offense. I mean,
yep. And you know, the funny part about it, it's working for both teams. North Schuylkill's moving the ball just as well as Mount Carmel is. Turnovers are even now. Both have a fumble, but the Tornadoes have capitalized on their fumble recovery that they made.
All right, Menapace tees it up, and we'll be kicking it back to the Spartans. Down there deep for the Spartans is, again, number 8 is Hauser, and number 32 down there is Flail. Flail's actually a sophomore, and Hauser is actually a sophomore. We got 2 sophomores down there. So it's 2 young guys down there for the Spartans. I saw my finger across there, so I got it. I can't see far or close anymore. All right, Menapace lets it rip a little shorter this time. It's going to go down to Flail, right around the 12-yard line. Flail with a head of steam, and Flail on a big run by Flail. The Red Tornadoes will bring him down. Number 27 actually on the stop for the Red Tornadoes, and that's Mike Sinopoli. So it's going to be 1st and 10, but a good return by Flail.
Yeah, I don't know if the initial hit there was made by Menapace, right in the middle of the field, and Flail spins off that and picks up an extra 5-6 yards on that return.
Ball squarely on the 35-yard line. They go back into an I formation. It's White Cabbage in front of Cress. Hauser comes in motion across, and it goes to Hauser on a reverse backfield, and that's a great play, but it went nowhere. Yeah, great play, but really didn't go anywhere. You don't see that play very often.
No, I don't.
That's an interesting way to run.
Let's put it this way. I've never seen that play.
No, I never did either.
You put the guy in motion from right to left, and then he comes back in the opposite direction on a reverse handoff.
Yeah, that's an interesting way to do that. I said you don't see it very often. I haven't seen it this year at all. But for all for naught, as it went for no gain, it's 2nd and 10 for the Spartans. That's about as much misdirection as you can get in the play.
Number 35, Billy Stewart's in the left tackle position on defense for the Tornadoes.
Kelly back to pass, and Kelly's now going to be almost brought down by Demko, but it's actually Steck is the guy that tripped them up.
Yeah, Steck had a hold of him there and slowed him up.
There's a flag in that backfield, and I think it was holding.
And it's going to be holding.
I was going to say, it looked like holding where he threw it. So you can see the athleticism of Kelly, as he's one hard guy to bring down. He's a big guy and moves around very well, but the Red Tornadoes had decided to decline the penalty. The ball is back at the, let's see where the ball's sitting down about the 32-yard line, so it's actually going to be third and about 13 or so. Yeah, 3rd and 13 now as Kelly brings the play in. Is Doug Dean 23 into the offensive lineup here now. And we'll see what they come out, and they come out again in that. Well, they're going to go into a split backfield now. White Cabbage and Cress in a split backfield behind Kelly. Kelly's going to give it to Cress, and Cress runs smack dab into a Red Tornado. Now, Steck is one of them, but the guy that he really ran into was Stewart. Exactly.
Number 35. Comes in and makes the tackle. That was a delayed draw play. That's what it was. They were trying to open up the center of the offensive line, but Stewart did not move at all, 35, and makes a great tackle.
So the Spartans now will be back in punt formation, the second punt of the evening for them. Dean lets it rip. The line drive. It's going to bounce along the North Schuylkill sideline and bounce out of bounds, and actually bounces out of bounds up around the 48-yard line. So the Red Tornadoes, again, with good field position at the Red Tornado 48-yard line. And again, he is absolutely trying to kick it away from the Red Tornadoes, and we saw that with Lewisburg.
Started with Lewisburg.
A kicker that kicked it out of bounds a lot because he was trying to kick it away from the Red Tornadoes. A very dangerous
duo back there.
Duo back there to get the punt, so I can see the strategy there. The Red Tornadoes will come out in a shotgun. They'll have Demetrius standing next to Wasilewski. Wasilewski looks, he fakes, he throws downfield. He's got Pulowski, and Pulowski had a step on the defender, but just a bit too long, and he couldn't hold on. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Great run by Pulowski. Nice setup. Although there were 2 other defenders over in that area for North Schuylkill, so everybody knows the ability that Pulowski brings onto the field. We're starting to double cover him, and also trying to double cover Moreau's also. And it's getting to be a little bit more difficult as weeks go on with these two receivers.
All right. Now we go back under center. Demetrius, the lone back, and back of Wasilewski. And we give it to Demetrius, makes a cut inside and picks up a few yards on the play.
Tackle made by number 36, White Cabbage, for North Schuylkill.
So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 7 now for the Red Tornadoes. They just cross over midfield. They're at the Spartan 48-yard line.
Spartan's still playing a very, very tough defensive game here for Coach Geist.
Kovaleski comes out of the game now. He'll take a rest here as Wasilewski will go back into a shotgun. He'll leave Demetrius standing next to him. And it looks like everybody in the lineup went out to the left. So we got everybody in the lineup left. He gets initial pressure. He looks downfield. He's going to be brought down. White Cabbage is the guy that slowed him up. And then number 32 came down and helped out there, Flail. And it's going to be 4th down, and the Red Tornadoes are going to be punting for the first time this evening.
Good defensive move that time by White Cabbage, coming through the gap. And, of course, defenders all over the receivers for the Tornadoes. And Wasilewski had no choice but to put the ball on his hip and try to take it around the corner.
There you see 6:32 and counting here in the second quarter as Wasilewski in punt formation. He's punting down there to Hogan and Ennis. Very high punt. Ennis fair catches it, and he does so at the 22-yard line.
Although pressure coming from Shinkus and White Cabbage that time as Marcus tried to punt that ball, and the reason it was a little bit higher, he had to change his kicking formation there, his form a little bit to get that ball off.
All right, it's 1st and 10 Spartans now. We'll see what they have in store as they've been, if nothing else, an entertaining offense here with about 85 different formations already in the game. We're not even at halftime yet. And we're going to go back into that, what looks like a wishbone.
Yep.
It's a power, or it could be a power eye. If
this
you really
one
want
looks
it.
more like a power eye. This one does.
Goes right inside, and he goes
straight
nowhere.
handoff, and he doesn't go anywhere.
That was it was Pavelko, number 40, on the carry. The front guy there, and Colokas stops him.
Stops him right at the line of scrimmage. A loss of maybe about a half a yard on that play. But Colokas is playing an excellent game tonight. He's shooting the gaps and taking putting some vicious hits on these runners.
And Dean goes into the lineup with the play for the Spartans. That's a formation that if the 3 of them went down in the 3-point stance, they'd be close to a wishbone. But he's not in the right spot. He's kind of in between.
He's in the middle.
Yeah,
right.
You don't see that too often lined up like that. And he drops the ball. He dropped the ball from the center snap. He's going to pick some yards up on the play, but it's going to bring up 3rd down and long as the ball. He stepped back and the ball was still sitting on the ground when he was done. So it'll bring up 3rd down about 7 as he actually picked up 3 yards on the heads-up play by the quarterback, Kelly.
Clokas making the tackle that time. But, you go back to that formation that they're running. They've run about 6 different plays off that wishbone formation already tonight. And it's working for them. I mean, it's a little bit difficult to defend because you never know what direction they are going to move or who has the ball.
Now, this is a tight formation with nobody spread either way, and it's going to go to Pavelko. And Pavelko is going to be brought down in there by Demko, number 29. And he's going to be close to the 1st down marker. Let me see where they finally set it down at as they're looking. And it's going to be a 1st down, I think. At least that's where they put it. Now, Mike, Coach Brendan's out there. He's not real happy about the spot again, apparently. But I don't know how they're not going to get a 1st down on this one where he put it down at. So we'll wait as they bring the chains out. Now, it's going to be close. But I think he has it where he set it down at.
And he did.
I am right by about an inch. So it's 1st and 10 Spartans as they're up over the 30-yard line at their own 32. I don't know where this umpiring group is from, because we're playing inter-district here. We've got a District 11 and District 4 team, so I don't know if they're District 11 officials, and if they are, we've never seen them. We won't see them all year. So
they're District 11 because Coach Geis, I'd assume.
I'm guessing that's the way it goes.
He gets to pick, who he wants here.
Another quick handoff right in the middle, and this time it goes nowhere. The Red Tornadoes all over it. I believe it was Pavalco, and it is on the carry, and it's going to be McCullum getting off the bottom of the pile. Give him about a yard, if that, on the play. It brings up 2nd down and 9.
Julius Demetrius comes in to that defensive end position. Colin Menepace comes out, take a rest.
Spartans taking a long time now to bring this to play in. Ennis finally brings it into Kelly, but they're probably going to have to get moving here a little bit, as he still has him in the huddle. We'll watch the guy's arm when it goes up, but I'm guessing he's going to have to snap this pretty quickly.
He's telling them, hand is up now.
And he does get it off. He's going to pass. He rolls out. He looks downfield. It's going to be Demetrius on the stop. He hit number 40, Pavalco, down there. And I'll tell you what, you look at Pavalco, number 40, he didn't start in the game, but he's in here now. Ed Pavalco, he's 5'11", 200 pounds, but he looks a lot taller than 5'11", too.
He's only a sophomore.
I'm 5'11". He looks a lot taller than I do. He must have long cleats on. That's my only explanation for this. They're wearing longer cleats than we are. I don't know, but he just looks taller than that.
But again, he's only a sophomore.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So they've got some young players.
Young crew here.
All right, they'll come out now in a 3rd and 7 in a split backfield. And Kelly looks to pass. He's looking downfield, and it's knocked down. I didn't see who knocked it down, but somebody knocked it down.
I didn't see it either. I was watching the receivers.
So was I. Saw the receiver break open, and I thought he was going to hit him, and then the ball hit the ground. So somebody knocked it down. I do not know who. But it's going to bring up 4th down and 7, and the Spartans will be punting again. So Dean will get ready to punt again. He's punting down there to Morose and Lamb. They're standing around their 35-yard line. And this time he actually kicks it straight to Morose, and Morose trying to pick his way up the field, and he will not. The Spartans on very good coverage that time. Again, he was a little tentative about which way he was going to run on that one. And
the thing of it was, I think he was looking for Lamb to come back on the fake.
Yeah.
And that didn't happen.
They actually ran into each other. Laudeman actually made the tackle at the end, 56 for the Spartans. But you're right, they kind of ran into each other, and looked like a little miscommunication maybe between the two guys. But
you see Coach Chicatano waited for Lamb to come out and just mentioned something to him as he passed by.
All right, it's 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes from their own 36-yard line. He had Demetrius as the lone guy, but he has the tight end, and the tight end is
there.
free.
It is. Bad.
Big tight end, and he's loose down the sideline. They're going to finally catch him. Number 35 for the Spartans will drive him out of bounds. Shinkiss, but a flag is down right at the spot of a block, and it's going to come back.
Yeah, it's coming back.
So a nice play by the big tight end, but all for naught as they will mark the penalty back
and I'll tell you what, this play is open all night long. Right there.
Going to be a block in the back against the Red Tornadoes.
They could throw this ball to Colin Menepace from here until the final gun goes off because he is wide open.
Again, those are the kind of penalties that when you're in that 10th game, you're kind of thinking you don't have them anymore, but they do. 1st and 10 from the mark off of the penalty. The Wasilewski looks downfield. He finds Kowaleski, and Kowaleski falls down right along the 40-yard line.
If you haven't noticed, I don't ask those questions anymore because I don't have the whistle or the flag in my pocket.
If you were marking it off from the spot, I mean, how do we get to be 1st and 10 again? It was 1st down.
Exactly.
How was it 1st and 10? I got to work on that. That's Jose, that one. He's down there. He'll tell me how that happens. And I'm sure it's a good reason. I just got confused by that. I mean, I kept waiting for him to walk off the penalty, and I didn't see him do that. And so it ended up where it was. It's now going to be 2nd down and 6 for the Red Tornadoes as he's in a kind of a tight formation with Morose, the only guy split out. And here comes Lamb, and Lamb now trying to find some room. Lamb makes a nice cut upfield.
Nice cut.
And he'll pick up a couple of yards on the play when it's all said and done. He's brought down in there again by number 56 for the Spartans, and that's Laudeman.
Coach Brennan calls timeout for the Tornadoes. 1:25 left in the first half. And of course, Lamb is in there for some speed, and you can see it was a play where he could have been trapped behind the line of scrimmage, and with the speed cuts up between the gap there a little bit of the couple defenders and picks up to about 3 yards on the play.
So timeout on the field here for the Red Tornadoes. I did want to mention last time we were home. I might add before I go there. This is actually the first home game in 4 games for the Spartans. They were on the road for 3 straight games in this season, which is very odd. Actually played 3 away games, and then they ended up back here at home to finish off the regular season at least. I don't know where they play in the playoffs. I'm not sure if they're home or away there. I don't know that yet, but kind of odd for them. That's why senior night is the last night here, because usually you would see that earlier in the season, but they had no choices. They were on the road, so they've got to be happy to be back here. But last time we were home, I was talking about all the food, and I was talking about the boys and all, but what I did miss was that was Vine Street had actually given us the plate of food, but they took the lid off so quick I never saw it. All right, a fake to Pulowski, and it's Moroz, and Moroz makes a pretty play around midfield, and Moroz is going to pick up the first down all the way down to the Spartan 45-yard line.
Nice, just a hook. Moroz makes sure he picks up the first down. He goes down about 13 yards, hooks, comes back again, and turns back downfield, picks up an extra 2, 15 yards altogether for Moroz.
All right, it's 1st and 10, 1:06 and counting here now. In the first half of play, Wasilewski come out of that shotgun. He looks downfield. He's got Kovaleski. Kovaleski's going to make the turn. Kovaleski stays on his feet, and he'll be stopped down at the 39-yard line. He was brought down by Scott Hauser, and the Red Tornadoes now in a no huddle here as we go under a minute to play. And they're going to have to hurry here. They have 2 timeouts left, but they're under 40 seconds. They better get rolling here. We're in the shotgun. And he throws it to Moroz, and he kind of short-armed it, and it's going to go incomplete, but it will stop the clock at 33 seconds.
I think Marcus did that on purpose just to kill the clock.
But again, you're at 34 seconds, so you got 2 timeouts yet. What are you saving them for? I mean, in this case, I would have gotten them set up there. You wasted a down, and it'll bring up. Actually, it's now 3rd down, so 3rd down and about 4 for the Red Tornadoes at the Spartan 39-yard line. Again, out of the shotgun. Big rush, and he's got a guy wide open, and it's Moroz, and Moroz will take it out of bounds. He was covered down there by Hogan. Moroz alertly steps out of bounds and stops the clock at 27 seconds.
Boy, it's just enjoyable to watch Marcus Wasilewski. He's over here on the right hash mark, and that ball was thrown completely to the other side of the field about 2 steps before going out of bounds. Moroz catches the pass, turns around, and steps out of bounds. Mm-hmm. I mean, and it was a timing pass.
All right, we'll see what the Red Tornadoes have on tap here. They're down around the 25-yard line of the Spartans here. It's 1st and 10. Again, Wasilewski will stay in that shotgun. Demetrius in the help out. No rush this time. As he looks downfield, he's got Morgan wide open, and Morgan catches it. Touchdown. He was wide open. I don't know how Morgan got that wide open, but nobody was near him. And a 25-yard touchdown pass from Wasilewski to Morgan, and it is on the scoreboard.
Yeah, with 19 seconds left, Morgan fading to the corner, in fact, of the end zone on the right side here, right in front of the bench. Sort of lost his footing a little bit, but catches the ball as he's going down.
Yeah, Jerry did a nice job to reel it in there as it was kind of fading away from him, and he really kept his concentration in the end zone. Both of those refs took a long look at each other to make sure that he caught it, and they eventually decided that he did. So at the 19-second mark, the Red Tornadoes score again. Menapace here to kick the extra point attempt. And it's down, and it is up, and it is good. So the Red Tornadoes now bulge out to a 21-7 lead. And again, a trademark Red Tornado play is to score right at the end of the half all the time, and they do it again. And put the Spartans back in a little bit bigger hole right before the halftime. So 19 seconds left or so to do something for the Spartans, but really momentum carrier as you get into that locker room when you just score right at the end of the half like that.
Well, here's the other thing is I think coach is trying to get Marcus's sea legs back after last week. Uh, Marcus threw a lot of passes last week, but here tonight, putting him right on target. A lot of short stuff, little out passes, get his confidence back up right before we get into district playoffs.
Flail and I believe that's Hauser, number 8 back there. Yeah, Flail and Hauser deep for the Spartans. The 8 and the number 2. I got to wait till he turns all around to see him. He's at the far end of the field. Menape says that he is ready to give it a rip. And he kind of short kicks it, and he's going to kick it out of bounds. So it goes out of bounds. They'll take the ball up to the 35-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 Spartans. And I'm not all that sure. Maybe he wanted to do that. I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure he wanted to go out of bounds, but he never looked like he got any air under it. It looked like he wasn't trying to. I'm not sure.
That's certainly not a design play.
I mean, looked like he was trying to skim it down on the ground rather than get it into the air, but I don't know.
They're going to take the they're going to take the penalty. North Schuylkill put him back 5 more yards to kick the ball over again. So they're looking for maybe a little bit better field position on this second kickoff.
Yep. Well, and I'm not sure why they have those 2 guys down at the 5-yard line. I mean, if you're going to do this, you better move them up.
Yep.
And they actually have him. They're still at they moved up to about the 7-yard line, but they're actually fairly deep now for a kick that's coming from the 35.
Colin Menapace just came back on the field. I think he kicked the ball, went out of bounds. He assumed that they were going to take it on the 35.
Took his shoe off and had to put it back on.
And had to put it back on.
All right, Menapace says, I'm ready. I'll do it one more time. So going to go short to Pavelko at the 22. Pavelko looking for the sideline, makes a cut up, and he is brought down by the Red Tornadoes. Number 31 for the Red Tornadoes on the stop, Billy Hoskins.
And Hoskins and Lamb, number 24, make the tackle there for the Tornadoes.
The ball's right at the 35, right where they would have gotten it on the penalty, so we don't gain an inch on that play.
Timeout, Tornadoes.
They take their second timeout of the half. They have 1 left here. The Spartans have all 3 of their timeouts here. And again, we only have about 13 seconds left before halftime.
I think Coach Babinski is going in to make sure that we're covering everybody deep. Watch the screen pass. Watch the keeper. But, 13 seconds left. It's got to be something, down deep and close to the sideline so somebody can step out of bounds to kill this clock.
So to see what the Spartans have in store here in this maybe 2 plays if they do it right, and we'll see what they want to do. Coach Babinski trots off the field. We're getting ready to play here. And they're going to come out with 1 guy in the backfield. They have 2 guys split out to the right. It looks like 1 guy to the short side of the left field, of the left side of the formation there. It looks like Hauser. I see him moving around. I'm waiting for him to actually set himself up.
Yep.
He keeps talking to the coach over there, and he keeps moving back and forth. So I'm going to still assume he's going to line up around that sideline over there, and he finally does.
1 guy in the backfield. This could be deadly for Kelly because, it's a handoff.
Yeah,
no, it isn't.
It's a keeper by Kelly. This is the play that he scored on, actually. And look at him.
Still moving.
He's still moving, and he takes it up over midfield all the way out to the Red Tornado 49-yard line. He jumps up real quick.
Yep. Savitsky making the tackle for the Tornadoes, actually from behind.
Yep.
Kelly had a head of steam that time and was moving downfield a little bit.
I think the Red Tornadoes called their final timeout. I believe it was us. I'm not sure. They're not showing me who it was, but I believe it was the Red Tornadoes.
Yeah, they did.
So the Spartans now down to 2 timeouts as they take their first here. There's about 4 seconds left on the clock here. So they got time for 1 more play. Again, that's the second time we've seen Kelly running free, though.
Yes.
They're not able to stop that play. He fakes it very well. I mean, it's very hard to see that he's still carrying the ball. But the Red Tornadoes are going to have to come up with something for that play in the second half.
Yeah, he hides that ball on the hip. As soon as he fakes that dive play off tackle, he hides that ball, and he's around the corner. And very, very athletic, Kelly is. And he sees the field from our advantage point up here. He sees the field very well and picks his blockers.
Yep. All right, leaves 1 guy in the backfield now. He got everyone out to the right side of the formation. It's the short side. He drops straight back to pass, looks downfield, and he wings, and he's got Flail, number 32, and it's intercepted. It's intercepted by Morgan. Morgan was playing the deep field there, and Morgan brings it up along the Red Tornado sideline all the way out over the 50-yard line, and that will be the end of the first half of play, but a big return by Morgan on the interception, and he was just playing center field back there, and it came right to him. And that will be the end of the half with the score. The Red Tornadoes 21, the Spartans 7. Okay, gang, we're back here, gang, at the beginning of the second half of play. We have Jose standing down on the home sidelines this time. We didn't make him go to the other side of the field, so he's going to join us from the home side with the stats.
You didn't want to put me in danger, Warren.
Well, I saw how nervous you were last week.
Yeah. For North Schuylkill, 17 rushes for 100 yards on the ground, most of it on Kelly's run early in the quarter. 3 of 6 passing for 18 yards. Total offense 118, 5 first downs. For Mount Carmel, 21 rushes, 92 yards. 9 of 12 passing for 120. Total offense 212, 10 first downs. Individually, Julius Demetrius 10 for 54. Justin Pulowski 7 for 41. Dave DeMarco 2 for -3. Merrick Lamb 1 for 2. Marcus 1 for -2. Receptions, Matt Morose 4 for 65. Jared Morgan 1 for 25. Matt Kovaleski 2 for 11. Julius Demetrius 1 for 9, and Colin Menapace 1 for 10. The touchdown pass in the first half keeps Marcus's streak at 10 consecutive games with a touchdown pass, and also 10 consecutive games over 100 yards. The touchdown pass gives him 54 on the career, 1 away from Michael Higgins' 55, and 3 away from Dave Shinsky's 57. So just a couple little things on the side that you can watch for in the second half.
Absolutely. I think, for me and Wayne, and when we talk about this, I think this game's going pretty much the way we thought it would be. The Spartans obviously playing very tough, but the Red Tornadoes slowly pulling away from them. I think they just have too many weapons. The only oddity we saw in North Schuylkill is they have a 1,000-yard runner in Kreshkett. They don't use them. They haven't used them all in the first half, hardly.
No, not at all. It seems like they found early success with the quarterback keeper on the option, and he went to it a number of times after that. But I guess they're going to try to do what they have to do, and I think they came out very emotional, very fired up, but there just might be too much manpower on this side of the field.
Yeah, I think we're going to see that in the second half again. But, again, they down here, some strange things have happened on this field, so I don't like to get too far ahead of myself here. But, you're right. They're playing tough, and they got some good athletes, and they got some good young athletes, Jose. They really do.
Yeah, they do. I think he's really given some time. He's turning this program around, and they're getting it on the right track. And hopefully they'll do well next week against Palisades or whoever they play in the first round, and they'll represent the co-region very well.
Yeah, we're going to wish them luck no matter what happens tonight, because they'll be moving to District 11, and we move to District 4. So we're going to expect a pretty good second half here. Jose, we'll be talking to you at the end of the game.
Okay, pal. Talk to you later.
All right, take care.
All righty.
All right, guys, we're getting ready to get this second half underway. Both teams now taking the field here. The Spartans trailing by 14 here in the game. The Red Tornadoes seemingly have the game in hand as they seem to be in control, but, anything can happen here. And again, on the line is that elusive, undefeated season, and that's really what is in their mind. That's what they talked about. Now, the Spartans, and we'll take a moment here. Again, those of you who followed this program, the Spartan program, in the past, since 1999. In the oddity here,
Yes.
1999, Coach Chesney, who's on our sideline.
Thank goodness right now.
Yep.
Yes.
Coach Chesney beat Mount Carmel in 1999. And that was the last winning season this program has had. And in fact, it went dismally downhill into the 0-10s for a while.
And we talked about this on the way over. That they even disbanded their freshman program for a year or two, which really hurt your program because you have no feeders coming in.
So they've actually come a long way, and it took some time, and they knew it was going to take some time. This program was pretty well down. I don't know how much worse it could have gotten, but it's good to see this program turning itself back around. There seems to be some interest again. They got a bunch of fans here tonight. They got the end zones are full of the students, so they're doing all the right things. And as we said, you're looking at a program with a lot of young talent.
Yes, very
here.
young.
They're not going to graduate a whole lot of people off of this squad. So. And again, we touched on it earlier, but the Spartans, of course, we started playing the Ashland, I guess, it was before it was a jointure, but we started playing them in 1893. They're the first team we ever played. And it's great. We said this when we saw the schedule come out from the Heartland Conference, that the lone non-conference game that we were going to keep was going to be the Spartans.
Yes.
And I think that was a smart idea. It's been a great rivalry, and it continues to be tonight. And I think that just helps us. We play them the 10th game of the year. They're going to, it's a tough game, so we're not going to in a cakewalk by any means. And it just gets us ready for the playoffs. And to see them playoff bound, in such a short time after being, 1-9 and 0-10 there for a while, it's a great thing to see them turn this program around. And hopefully now, the Heartland Conference will play again exactly the way it did this year, next year. There's no change in the schedule. So again, you find North Schuylkill on the 10th game. Now the question I have, and we didn't know the answer exactly because the Heartland Conference is so new.
Yes.
Is that in the third year they'll start to jumble the schedule again? But does that mean the Spartans end up jumbling the schedule? I would think not, because they have a schedule. They're in the Anthracite Football League. They're second in the league right now. In fact, they finished very well there. And it'll make you wonder, will they be the 10th game all the time? So I wonder how this will play out.
And I would probably say they will be. We would readjust our schedule to fit the first 9 games.
Yeah, well, the Heartland Conference will decide that for us. They'll tell us what it's going to look like, not next year, but the year after. But it'll be interesting to see if they remain in the 10th game as the one non-conference team we play. And then not all the kickoff here is down to the Red Tornadoes. I'm sorry to get ahead of myself. Lamb will take it down around the 15-yard line. Lamb trying to find some room, and he actually has some room down along the Red Tornado sideline.
Oh, the ball's out.
And Lamb dropped the ball, and the Spartans have recovered.
Number 56 for North Schuylkill, Tyler Lodman. Yep, he was the one that caused the fumble that time. He actually was blocked out.
Here you see the replay.
Yep.
You're going to watch where he loses the ball. He's down along the Red Tornado sideline.
He reaches.
Lodman is 56.
There he is. There's the ball's out.
The ball gets punched loose there. We're going to try to see who recovers it. I couldn't tell even then who recovered it. It might have been 70. It could have been Fucci. I'm not sure. But either way, it's 1st and 10 Spartans at the Red Tornado 43-yard line out of a split backfield. And it's Pavelko. And Pavelko is going to be stopped in there
real quick.
He's stopped by Steck. Actually, was the guy that really gave him the hit down there along with McCullum. So we'll give him about a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Yeah, they started the second half while we're still rambling on. But again, we'll be looking forward to see how this schedule plays out in the years to come. And hopefully the Spartans remain on our schedule for a long time because it's a great game. All right. Crest now into the lineup, and he brings the play in. Said Crest, 1,000-yard guy. He's over 1,000 yards and not seen him much. And it's not so much that he's not doing anything. He hasn't touched the ball much.
He has not touched the ball.
There you see the odd lineup, and this time it's going to be an offside penalty. He got the ball to Crest, but it's an offside penalty motion on the Spartans. But you saw how the middle guy, he's off a little bit to the right of the formation, and he's kind of in between
the two, yes. But, they've been running. They don't run to the power side either. They run to the weak side on that play. They'll run both left and right, depending on, what the play is called.
Yeah, it's just a very interesting line. We have not seen this all year. We're in the 10th game. That's the first time I saw a team line up like that. So it's going to bring up a 2nd down, and we're going to call it 2nd down and
13.
13. Let's see. It's a good number.
Good one.
We'll go with 13. All right, Spartans come out in that same exact look as you can see in front of you. Those you see the TV, you can see that three-man backfield.
Double tight end.
Yeah, there's nobody out in the formation here, so you know they're going to run it. And it's going to be
keeper.
Kelly, and Kelly on a sweep almost. And the Red Tornadoes this time find Kelly very quickly. He's had some success on that play before, but not this time.
Well, in that case, Kelly ran over on the same side as what the three halfbacks did, the fullback and the 2 halfbacks. They all ran to the right-hand side. And, of course, the defense, strings everybody out on that side. And, there was a natural occurrence just to be tackled over there. Kelly could never make the turn that he wanted to around the corner.
It's going to be 3rd down and 10 now for the Spartans at the Red Tornado 43. Now he comes out with one guy in the backfield. That's White Cabbage, the big guy behind him. Everybody out to the left of the formation. He looks left, and he throws it, and it was nearly intercepted by Demko. I don't know how. Demko didn't hold on to it, but it's going to be 4th down. He threw it right at him there.
When you take a look at this field, there's a lot of slipping going on out there. So I don't know whether the field is damp, is it wet, is it muddy. But Demko lost his footing also, and he tried to make that interception.
So it's 4th down, and the Spartans would elect to punt, trying to pin the Red Tornadoes deep here. Snap is back. Dean lets it rip. And this is a nice kick, and it's going to go.
And it will not.
Let's see if it did or not. Did he down it? Yes.
Yes, he did.
He's at the furthest end of the field you could be on, and it didn't get into. It hit the ground and died. So the Spartans do exactly what they wanted. They pinned the Red Tornadoes back on their own 2. I think it's closer than the 2. Let me see where they put it down there. It's probably get them. No, actually, it's further out than that. I thought it was closer than that, but it's actually further out. Let's put it at the
1. They're on the 1 yard, 1.5 yard line.
Let me see where they put the marker down, because he's at the far end of the field, and the marker's not. Is that where we're at?
That's where we're at.
Let's say the 1.5. All right, the 1.5 yard line, where they'll go 1st and 10.
Well, you get picky. I said 2 to begin with, and now it's 1.5.
The Red Tornadoes trying to pound the ball and get some room with Demetrius, and he'll pick up a couple. Well, I kept waiting for him to put it down. He was moving back and forth and back and forth. I'm thinking I couldn't see exactly where it was. But we're going to both agree now that they probably brought it out to the 5.
Yes, I'll agree with you.
So we'll go now with about a 2nd down and a long 7, almost 8. We'll go into an I formation here with Demetrius in front of Pulowski. Wasilewski talking to the backs and back of him there. Now he turns back under center. And it's going to be Pulowski, and Pulowski's going to be brought down very quickly by the interior of that Spartan defense. They're playing very tough down there.
It's unusual to see Pulowski on the straight dive play.
Yeah.
Usually he's to the outside because of his speed. And we're trying to get him around the corner off tackle. Never on the straight dive.
It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 7. The Red Tornadoes would love to pick a 1st down up here, at least to get out of the shadow of their goalpost here.
Quinn McCracken, number 89, in the tight end position for the Tornadoes.
All right, Wasilewski's fairly happy with that play that he called, and he will step back into a shotgun formation on the 3rd and long with Demetrius standing next to him. Looks downfield, plenty of time. He finds his guy, and it's going to be Morgan. Morgan, and Morgan actually picks up the 1st down, I believe. He's going to have enough for the 1st down. A nice play. He's out to the 14-yard line.
Timing.
If you can see a replay on this, he did a heck of a job to pick that ball up. He really did.
What a timing play on that, because Marcus threw that ball. That ball was in the air well before Morgan made his cut to the outside.
Here you see it. You're going to see him. There's Morgan.
Watch. There's the
ball come at you here, right at you, and it's a pretty pass play. All right. 1st down, back in the I formation, and we're going to have a procedure penalty as the lineman actually heard Marcus talking to the backs. Now, this is the 2nd time in a row he's been talking to the 2 backs and backing him as he comes to the line of scrimmage, but a 5-yard penalty on the play because of it. Here you see that last play we were talking about. Watch Morgan's catch. It's going to come down fairly close in front of you there. There it is. I'm getting closer than that. And
nice
you can
catch.
see him tuck it under there and make the catch. So now it's going to be 1st and 15, ball back at the 10-yard line on that motion penalty. And it's going to go to Pulowski. Pulowski tries to punch it outside along the Spartan sideline, and he won't.
Nope.
Spartans are all over that play. 24, I believe, was the first guy down there.
In fact, it was
used.
Loss of, I would say, about 3 yards on that play. Ball now goes back to close to the 5-yard line.
And that's where a motion penalty kills you. When you're doing so well, you just pick a 1st down, you get yourself out, give yourself some breathing room, and boom, you're back again. And now you bring up a 2nd down now, and it's probably 2nd down. And
18?
Yeah, close, 18, 19 it looks like. All right, we go into a shotgun formation now. He leaves Demetrius next to him. The Spartans on a blitz. And he throws an interception. The Spartans were blitzing. Intercepted on the ball is Flail. Flail still on his feet now, finally brought down by Morgan, but it's 1st and 10 Spartans on the interception by Flail.
Moreau stopped his pattern that time, and that's what happened. Marcus expected him to continue down towards the hash mark, come break back in from the outside in, and Moreau stopped his pattern, and Marcus had already thrown the ball.
The Spartans were in a blitz. They were coming up the middle. In fact, the guy that was really moving there was Hubler on the blitz. But a turnover and a costly one down deep for the Spartans as they have it at the Red Tornado, about just inside the 14-yard line. 1st and 10 out of a split. Oh, I'm sorry, that's that 3-man backfield, and it's going to be Kress this time. And Kress trying to find his place. Demko hit him first, and he was finally tackled down there. I think it was Goins, actually. I'm not sure who's over there.
Yep. Kress reminds you of DeMarco for the Tornadoes. Not a real tall, but boy, I'll tell you what, very, very quick. He gets the ball and he's through that offensive line as quick as a shot.
2nd down and 4. He's inside the 10 at the Red Tornado 7-yard line. Stay in that same 3-man backfield. This time they go the other way with the same play, and it's Kress.
And he's still
Kress
going.
Pounding his way down and inside the 5.
I'm trying to see. He's going to be about maybe a yard short of the 1st down.
Down to the 4.
4-yard line.
So we'll call it 3rd and 2. Here you can see him.
Yep.
Takes a big hit from McCullum and stays on his feet. And that's the toughness of Kress here. So a big play, 3rd down and 1 now for the Spartans. Dean will bring the play in. Same formation. Nobody is out in the formation. It's the tight formation. And it's going to go inside to, I think, Pavelko, and Pavelko's close, but he's not in. It will be 1st and goal from the 1.
Will be a 1st down and goal for the Spartans.
Let's say the 2.
Yep. He's
where are we at there, Wayne? I can't
it's
see
about the 6-inch line.
He's inside the 1?
Oh, yeah, he's inside the 1.
It's hard to tell from our angle here, but he's inside the 1. So we'll say 1st and goal from the 1 now for the Spartans as they threaten here on the interception. Recovery by them. And it goes inside and
does not.
He did not get in. They stopped him.
Not even close. He got back to the line of scrimmage that time.
So it'll bring up 2nd and goal from the 1. Not much of a difference in where the ball's put down at, but it'll bring 2nd down up. They're calling the play now from the sideline here.
I think the whole left defense that time made the stop. They pinched in and bottlenecked everything.
So Hughes now brings the play into the lineup. There you can see 4:09 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. Red Tornadoes lead 21-7, but the Spartans knocking on the door. Kelly on a keeper. Kelly didn't get in. He absolutely didn't get in that time.
I'll tell you what, Goins, he was stood up, and Goins, I think it was it was Steck.
Here you see it. Watch the.
I think Steck makes the big hit here and drives the quarterback.
No, it's actually Savitsky.
No.
It's Savitsky, and there's Steck now.
Yep.
Savitsky turned him. Steck hit him. Klokas finished him.
Yep.
And it's 3rd down now. And it's a little bit further out than it was before. Not much, but it's still, we're going to call it 3rd down and goal from the 1. As the Red Tornadoes here stiffening on defense, and they'll come out.
You might see Coach Geis going to the outside this time.
Nope, we go right up the middle, and it's a touchdown. Let me see who's carrying the ball for them. I did not see who carried it. It looks like Pavelko.
Yep.
Number 40, Pavelko on the 1-yard dive play for the touchdown, and it's going to be 21-13 now with an extra point attempt to come. The Red Tornadoes couldn't keep him out in the end. Putnick in to attempt the extra point. Snap is up and down, and Hutnick puts it through. It is good. It's 21-14 Red Tornadoes here as the Spartans capitalize on the interception and take it into the end zone.
sort of brings back a memory of a number of years ago when Geist was coaching here the first time. I think it was the first year for overtime, wasn't it? And we had an overtime game here.
Yes, we did.
That was another tough match over here against North Schuylkill, and Tornadoes, of course, coming out with the big W that time.
That was he went for 2.
He went for the 2.
And I think it was in the second overtime, if I'm not mistaken. He went for 2 in double overtime, and they stopped him and walked away with the win. But you don't get more exciting than that football game, was it? We were actually in their press box for that.
Yes.
And tell you what, you want to see people screaming and yelling that day. All right. The Spartans getting ready to kick it off. Putnick marks off his exact amount of steps, signals that he's ready. And he lets it rip. It goes straight down the field to Pulowski about the 10. Pulowski looking upfield, and Pulowski's going to be brought down out over the 25-yard line, out to about the 27 or 28-yard line when they finally put it downwards. 1st and 10 Red Tornadoes, but now it's a 7-point game.
24, Derek Hughes making a stop at that time on the return. Well, Schuylkill toughened up the defense a little bit in this second half. That's for sure. Tornadoes moving the ball in the first half and scoring with 7 seconds left. You'd think they would have come out as gangbusters, but I think it was the other way around. North Schuylkill came out to play the second half.
High formation for the Red Tornadoes. But he goes back to pass, and he finds the tight end, and you're right. The tight end opened up at the 35-yard line.
I'll tell you what, they could do that all night long because Colin Menapace will be wide open. He's first of all, he's much taller than the cornerback that is supposed to be watching him, of course. But he just did a little curl out pattern that time. Got off the line of scrimmage, curled out to the right side, picked up a quick 8 yards for the Tornadoes.
All right, 2nd down and a long 2, back in the I formation, and it's going to be Pulowski. Pulowski will gain about a yard on the play. We're going to call it 3rd down and 2.
Number 40, Pavelko, making that stop that time, coming in. It looks like he's playing the linebacker position. He came curled through and made the tackle from behind. Abumore, number 57, into that tackle position for the Tornadoes.
That usually means that Goins will go into the fullback position when that happens, and I think that's where he's going to line up at as Morgan brings the play into Washaleski. We're under 2 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter with the Red Tornadoes up by 7, 21-14, and they go into the I formation. They put Goins in that fullback spot, as I thought, and it's going to be Demetrius following Goins. Demetrius trying to pick up the 1st down.
Boy,
and he's going to be
run.
very close. That was a good run by Demetrius.
Wow. I mean, they were trying to pull him backwards, and he tried to keep his legs going just to pick up that extra half yard for the Tornadoes.
And they placed it down, and I don't know. I'm not sure what it is. They're going to they're going to say, I'm not sure.
You know what's amazing? Demetrius was tackled towards another 5 feet over from where they picked the ball up. But usually, once the ball's down, you leave the ball down, and then you bring the markers out and test it at that point where he was tackled. They picked the ball up and they threw it into the hash mark.
And he missed it by an inch.
Yep.
1 inch. So it's going to bring up 4th down, and an interesting call for the Red Tornadoes.
Oh,
the ball is sitting at their own 36.
Coach Brennan is going for this one. That's definite.
So 4th down and an inch, literally an inch for the 1st down, as they're going to see now.
But see,
right. See, now they're picking the ball back up again. We're moving it back to the hash. I'm confused by that.
2 inches over on the other side of the hash mark. Yeah. But the ball never should have been moved.
No, too
in
much
the
ball
first
handling
place,
there. You're right. Too much ball handling by the ref there. So here we go on a big 4th down call in their own territory at their own 36. It is 4th down and an inch. And the Red Tornadoes line up with just one guy in the backfield. You knew this was going to be a quarterback sneak, and he got it.
Yeah, he got it.
There was no way it would be anything else but that on that formation, because Demetrius actually wasn't in back of him. He was off to the side of him. And we'll see where they finally set it down here. To me, just looking where we stand, he got it.
Yeah, the way he lunged and went to the left. And again.
There he has it. They're not going to measure it.
Again, he was tackled 4 feet over let the ball on the ground. They pick it up, throw it over here, and then they signal first down. That doesn't, again, does not make any sense to me whatsoever.
So a big first down for the Red Tornadoes, and they're still in business here. 52 seconds and counting in the third quarter of play as Marcus Wasilewski brings them up in that I formation. He fakes it to everybody, and he's got Demetrius, and Demetrius wide open in the defensive backfield as he came out of the backfield. And a great play by Demetrius. White Cabbage, number 36, on the stop. But a big play for the Red Tornadoes. They're in Spartan territory now, all the way down at the Spartan 47-yard line.
A great play with the great move on that part was, it was a fake to Demetrius going up through the line to begin with. Froze his linebacker. Marcus rolls to the right of the formation and throws back left.
All right, now we'll leave Demetrius in that lone back formation. He has three guys out to the right of the formation. Demetrius is going to be piled up for a big loss. A late hit there, not called, but a big loss on the play as the Spartans completely penetrated the line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
he had nowhere to go.
Yeah, they just bottlenecked everything up, and there were three men on top of Steck who pushed him back and made the stop.
That play will bring an end to the third quarter of play here. 12 more minutes left in this football game. The Red Tornadoes leading 21-14. The ball sitting exactly at midfield. Yeah, so the good thing is here, you don't have to move it. You just go from one hatch to the other, but you're right on the 50-yard line. It's going to be second down for the Red Tornadoes and about 13 on the loss on that last play. It's about a 3-yard loss. Yep. So second and 13 now from the 50. Red Tornadoes in a intense huddle down there. Coach
Brendan in the
middle there. I'm looking at all of them. They're all kind of giving their Coach Chesney on the side there, giving him some advice. So a tight game here between these two schools. And it seems to be always a tight game when they really get revved up at each other. It's always a brawl when you come in here.
Down, 13 yards to go, ball way around the 50-yard line.
All right, here we go. Start of the fourth quarter. The Red Tornadoes are on offense. Demetrius will be the lone back. Again, we put a trips formation out to the right here for Wasilewski. He looks and throws immediately to Pulowski. And Pulowski is going to be drugged down there on a
24.
Great play by Derek Hughes. He was all over that play.
Yeah, he's keying on Pulowski, and as soon as Pulowski made the little flare, he came right up across the line of scrimmage and makes a great stop on Pulowski. We've seen that play go for quite a few yards a number of times so far this year.
Well, now it's going to be 3rd and 16 for the Red Tornadoes and another loss. So DeMarco now comes into the lineup and Demetrius trots out of the lineup. And so they're going to line up in a shotgun. This time DeMarco, and you can tell the difference is his size, standing next to Wasilewski. DeMarco stays in the help. Plenty of room, plenty of time. Wasilewski looks downfield. He's got Moroz, and he didn't hold on to it. Hit Moroz right in the chest, and he couldn't hold it. It's 4th down.
And again, when you take a look, Moroz does exactly what a receiver is supposed to do. He sees his quarterback kicked out of the pocket, scrambling around. He was past the first down marker, but then came back another 6 yards. But unfortunately, he took his eye off the ball that time to look back to see where the defender was at, and the ball hits him in the shoulder, it drops to the ground.
All right, a punt formation now for the Red Tornadoes. He's kicking down there to Hogan and Ennis. Wasilewski, of course, the punter, a big high punt. Down along the 25-yard line where it's fair caught by Ennis, and it's be 1st and 10, Spartans. As they go on offense for the first time here in the fourth quarter, they trail by 7, and it's a whale of a football game here from Spartan Stadium in Fountain Springs, PA.
You've kept them in the ball game. They've stayed in the ball game this long, and their self-esteem is up really high. They are able to move the ball. They take over there on the 20-yard line, drove all the way down and scored. So, you keep them in this long, they think they can do whatever whatever needs to be done to score and to tie this game up.
Pavelko's coming slightly in motion. It's going to be Kress on the carry. Kress will be brought down by Demko on the first hit there, Trevor. And he'll get it up over the 25 out to the 26-yard line. About 6 on the play. It's second down and 4.
Trevor makes the initial hit, and his brother Kevin makes the final stop that time. But not until we pick up a good 6 yards on that play.
All right, the Spartans come out on second down here in a little bit different formation that we've seen. Now they got a different one again. Pavelko now comes in motion across the line all the way, but it's right in the middle. It's White Cabbage. And White Cabbage will pick up the first down as he crosses over the 30-yard line. Moreau's on the tackle for the Red Tornadoes, but a big carry by White Cabbage.
You take a look at these plays, these series that Coach Geis is running. You are correct. This looks pretty much like a wing tee. The misdirection with the halfbacks and going in all directions, and handoffs are on the inside close to the line of scrimmage. So this is very, very similar to a wing tee that you're seeing here.
First and 10 Spartans now. Again, Pavelko goes the other direction in motion. And we're going to go to Kress. And again, it's funny now, we see Pavelko going in motion for the first time all game in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
Talk about a varied offense. I don't know how much we haven't seen yet, but we're seeing new stuff every play.
You got him in motion as a blocker for Kress. Now, Kress has not carried the ball at all in the first half, didn't even touch it.
Right.
So I don't know whether Coach Geis was trying to save him for the second half. Fresh set of legs coming in as a ball carrier. You never know what his thinking is.
Well, it was a 3-yard pickup. It'll bring up second down and 7 now for the Spartans out at the Spartan 34-yard line. Kress again in motion now across the lineup, and we go inside, and it's going to be White Cabbage, and he's going to be rounded down this time by the Red Tornadoes.
He was stood up immediately, and I don't know. It was so hard to see. As soon as he came into the line of scrimmage, you could see his head coming straight up. He got stood up.
Looks like, I think Savitsky actually is going to be
is that who it was?
I think it was Savitsky
that
brought him down. But the Red Tornadoes having none of that. Actually, a bit of a slight loss of about a half a yard is now on the other side of the 35-yard line, where it's third down and a long 7 now. Spartans taking a lot of time in that huddle again. We're going to watch they don't run out of time here. And we're back to what we saw originally in the first quarter as Kelly goes straight back to pass, and it's a screen. He had his guy there. That was Dean. He just didn't hold on. He could kick himself. He was open, and he was going to go for a run if he would have hit that pass, but it's fourth down.
I don't know if he wouldn't have scored a touchdown, but I'll tell you what.
But he got some yardage.
Dean is a big boy coming out of that backfield, but I'll tell you what. He had a lot of green surface in front of him to run down that field.
Well, he can take some frustration out as he's also the punter, so he can let that ball know what he's thinking right now. We're going to kick it in the direction of Lamb, who picks it up and heads upfield. Lamb now down. He's going to head for the North Schuylkill sideline, and he's going to stay on his feet and be brought out of bounds down there by Brian Rakitz, number 11, for the Spartans. It's first and 10, Red Tornadoes. So the Tornadoes now, you can almost describe them as hanging on now.
Yes.
The defense playing very well as it did last week, but the offense now sputtering here in the second half.
Yeah, the line has to start blocking a little bit. And they're not as crisp and blocking and knocking kids down like they were in the first half.
Let's go in motion across the formation now to the short side, but we go opposite of that with Pulowski.
You got Pulowski's
got some room. Pulowski's got some room and finally drugged down by Ennis, but not before he takes it down to the 35 or 37-yard line where he went out of bounds.
You got Kovaleski, in motion going to the right side, so the defense shifts a little bit and left Ennis and number 1, I think, Hogan, over on this side to try to protect, and you got Pulowski coming through with his speed, and he did turn the corner that time. It's the first time tonight that he got around the corner for a big gainer.
All right, we'll leave Pulowski again as the lone back in the backfield. One guy wide right, one guy left. Pulowski goes the opposite direction now, and Pulowski looking to dodge somebody. And he'll pick up a couple of yards on the play. The Spartans playing that side very well. And once again,
21,
it's going to be 56 there. A lot of it actually was one of the guys, the first guy to get him. Get some help in there from
Derek Hughes, number 24, came up from that corner position. It's just that you're running these plays, and it's getting this late in the game that, the Tornadoes are letting some guys slip by them instead of knocking them on the ground, and those are the guys that are making the stop on Pulowski.
All right, going to a shotgun now on the 2nd and 9 play. Here comes Lamb, and Lamb's going to get the handoff as Lamb came across the field, and no dice. Nope. You're going to give that all to number 24, Hughes. He did it all for the Spartans that time.
Yep. And not only did he do that, but he took the hit from Demetrius and still ended up, he hit the ground, but blocked up Lamb, any forward progress for
There
Lamb.
You see him. There's 24, and there's
look
the
at
play.
here it is.
He took on Demetrius, as you just said, and then he dropped Lamb. So a great play by the defender that time for Hughes.
Yep, Derek Hughes. Great play.
Third down and 8 for the Tornadoes. Right around the 35 of the Spartans.
All right, Washlewski in a shotgun now. Washlewski looks downfield. He's got Moroz wide open, and Moroz makes the catch at the 24-yard line, and that'll be a first down. That's enough for the first down. It's first and 10, Red Tornadoes.
That was enough by about a yard. Again, Moroz has that knack of knowing exactly how far down the field. He gets 2 yards past the first down marker, turns around on the hook pattern and comes back a yard. That time a tough pass, a tough catch made by Moroz. Moroz, as soon as he turned around to head downfield, was hit immediately.
All right, one back in the backfield is Demetrius. We step back, the pass, he fakes it one way. He's in trouble. Now he's going to carry, and he's going to be brought down. Number 35 down there is Schuylkill for the Spartans. And it's going to be second down, and let's see, he's going to lose. Give him a yard on the play. It's called second down and 11 now.
Now, unfortunately, because of the rush that came in from that defensive line, put pressure on Marcus to kick him out. He was not able to pick up Morgan wide open running across the field from left to right. That was a drag play across, and Morgan, he never had time to see him.
Again in the shotgun now on the 2nd and 11. He drops straight back, looks for his man. It's Pulowski, and Pulowski slips out of a tackle and will be taken down out of bounds about the 17-yard line.
Hogan, number 1, makes the initial hit, but he gets through that one, and of course number 2, Ennis, takes him down. Nice play, nice pass play there by Marcus Washileski, and of course great catch there by Pulowski.
You see the toughness of Pulowski as he just ran out of that first tackle. I think it's finally pushed out of bounds. So it brings up now 3rd down and about 5. As again, we'll go into that shotgun. 2 guys wide right, 1 to the short side, and it's going to be Moroz. And Moroz eludes a tackler, and Moroz down the sideline. And I don't know if he's going to get stopped around the 1 or so, it looks like.
It looked like about the 1 yard line. He got knocked out of bounds. He actually knocked the pylon over for the touchdown. That's how close he was.
He's over in that furthest corner of the field.
He's on about the 6-inch line again.
All right, so it's first down and goal now for the Red Tornadoes. You see Goins go into the lineup. He brings the play in, and he'll then line up at that fullback spot as they get some extra beef in the backfield when they're this close to the goal. And he'll line up as the fullback in front of Demetrius. But it's a quarterback sneak by Washileski, and he's in for the touchdown.
Standing up yet.
At the 3:50 mark of the 4th quarter, the Red Tornadoes score. It's 27-14 with the extra point attempt on the way. But here you see right along the line of scrimmage, there you can see a perfect view of it. And you can see Washileski in that surge from that line puts him into the end zone easily. And the touchdown is scored. So a tough game here. The Red Tornadoes give themselves some breathing room now as Menapace trying to get his shoe on there and get out there to do the extra point.
Not like waiting 3 minutes and 50 seconds
All right.
to get some breathing room, I mean. You know.
Yeah, oh yeah. All right, Menapace out of the hold. Menapace puts it high, and it is high, and he gets it. So it's 28-14 now. Red Tornadoes. I'm going to take a moment here, and they handed me a piece of paper, and obviously they must be short of paper in the truck because they wrote this like on a piece.
Well, you know what it is.
A piece of a ripped piece of paper.
It's a
here.
ripped piece of paper. These are the
they're the
numbers,
stats.
the stats
Okay.
from the first half from Jose.
So apparently we're a little bit paper short here at KMC TV. Tonight for WKMC TV, the Grips, Nicole Purcell, Aaron McPhee, Cody Minnick. On the cameras, Robin Hampton, Matt Shern, Josh Tomady, Brianna Lutz, and Cassie Troutman. Graphics, Callie Hummel. And are you ready for this?
I am.
Master Control. Well, actually, we have the photographer, Dave Hummel, which you would have heard as Master Control.
That is true.
But tonight on Master Control, Tyrus Twine. They're the folks that really bring you this game, and don't ever forget that out there, that those of you hear it on the internet or see it on a Wednesday night, those are the people that make it all happen.
These are all high school kids, just to let everybody know. And this year we're starting a new team. Let everybody know that. 7th, 8th, 9th graders.
Flail takes the kickoff down around the 10-yard line. Flail's free. Flail's going to return it. It'll take Lamb. Finally, Lamb catches Flail.
Pulowski.
Actually, there's Pulowski. Okay.
Pulowski.
Actually, Flail kind of slowed down there for a
he did.
second, and Pulowski caught up to him. But he had a head of steam on him. I'm not sure how he didn't actually break along the sideline and take it in. So the return into Red Tornado territory, all the way down at the Red Tornado 40-yard line.
Now you know why we keep Pulowski as our
as the safety
the
valve.
safety valve back there.
All right, 1st and 10 Spartans. They trail 28-14, but they've got a head of steam in Red Tornado territory. Kelly looks for a pass, and he's got his man number 8 down there, and that is Hauser. Hauser will be stopped at the 31-yard line.
Pick up of about 7 yards on the play.
Morgan and Demko helping out there. It's about 8. The Spartans now in a no-huddle offense as they go no-huddle. Kelly under center in a split backfield. Again, he looks back to pass. And that time he just didn't get enough steam on. He was trying to hit Ennis out there in the flat, but just couldn't do it. It'll stop the clock at the 3:11 mark, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
He didn't take his time in throwing that ball because Ennis was open in the flat that time, but he just turned around and fired it real quick.
There you see the time, about 3:10 remaining here in the football game as the Spartans, and now he'll leave White Cabbage as the lone back in back of him. He gives it to White Cabbage, and White Cabbage is stoned in there by Steck with some help from Savitsky, but Steck gave him the first hit.
Steck said, "You're not going anywhere. You're staying right here."
We're gonna have a timeout for a measurement here.
Yes, after we toss the ball around about 5 times.
Coach
Look at Coach Brennan.
Coach Brennan just gave him that disgusted look and just shook his hand at him. And you're right. It's a strange way they handle first down measurements anyway. Now, they place it down.
That's a first down.
He's got it.
Yeah.
So it's 1st and 10 now. And he's just inside the 30. We'll call it the Red Tornado 29-yard line.
Coach Brennan is not a happy camper at this point with that. And in a way, you can't blame him. Somebody's tackled. Usually you see somebody hold the ball on the ground. These guys are picking it up and moving it 3 feet before they decide to measure.
Kelly under center, White Cabbage, and White Cabbage.
And
Kelly dropped the ball,
on the
and he
ground.
still dropped the ball, and now Kelly will recover
Yep.
it. Demetrius was chasing it, or Goins was chasing it down with him, but he faked it to White Cabbage and actually jostled the ball out as he was going to keep it, and he couldn't hold on to it, so he fumbles the ball, and it's a loss on the play of about 3. And there's a timeout on the field.
Did you see?
Yes,
Did
you
you
call
see
the
Goins
timeout.
that
It's
time,
gonna be-
James? He had a little bit
Yeah.
of drool coming
Yeah,
out of
James
his
was
mouth.
all over that play.
He was all over it. He was ready to pick that ball up. He was hungry for that leather.
It's a Spartan timeout as they want to take a moment here to gather themselves on the 3-yard loss. There's about 2 minutes and 36. There you see the replay of it. You can see how close Goins was to actually picking the ball up. He was right there. Yeah, Kelly did a nice job of recovering his own fumble. But really, that time he whacked in the white cabbage and jostled the ball loose from himself as he was trying to keep it. So an interesting football game here tonight at Spartan Stadium, as you have heard. The Red Tornadoes out with a 14-point lead, but you never get the sense that we're comfortable here as the Spartans continue to pound away here. Now Kelly will go into a shotgun formation. He's going to leave White Cabbage standing next to him. I've never seen that before. I have never seen the formation that he just did. I'll talk about that in a second. Throws downfield, and he has his man.
Hauser, number 8.
Morgan's going to make the stop, but Hauser on the catch. I've never seen the guy standing next to him for protection go into a 3-point stance, ever. That's the first I have actually seen that happen. And I'll tell you, I've seen everything I could see offensively, and I've seen it from the Spartans tonight, as they've pulled every trick in the hat out here on Halloween night.
Hauser was tackled inbounds. I'm sure Coach Geist would have liked to have him get out of bounds to kill the clock. So Coach Geist at this point in time has to use up another timeout to kill the clock with 2 minutes and 18 seconds left.
It was a 10-yard pickup, so it's a 3rd down and 3 now, and the ball down at the Red Tornado 23-yard line. So that one, I wasn't sure if he was under center when I glanced the second time. I never saw anybody in 3-point stance standing next to him. I'm not sure what the point of that is. I'm really not. I'd have to think about why they do that, unless it's just to kind of fool you. I'm not sure, but I got really confused there.
It certainly fooled you.
You got me, yeah. I've never saw a guy go into 3-point stance like that. All right, now we're going to come up, and now Kelly looks like he'll go under center, and will. He'll leave White Cabbage and back him as the lone back. He has 2 guys out left, 1 guy to the short right side of the field, and he gives it to White Cabbage, and he's got some room, and White Cabbage is free all the way down to the Red Tornado 5-yard line.
Now they'll kill the clock, of course.
Now the Spartans have 1 timeout left. They got to get the chains set up. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 5, so they only need the yard marker. They don't need the chains. And he does exactly what you said he would do. As he spikes the ball at the 2:07 mark of the football game. Again, it's 28-14. The Spartans driving at 2nd and goal from the 5.
Spartans that time opened up a big hole for White Cabbage. He just rumbled right through there.
There was a giant hole there.
Yes, it was.
All right. Kelly getting instructions from the North Schuylkill sideline and runs all the way back in now to the huddle. Takes his time in there. We're going to look at that back judge to be sure that he doesn't raise his hand. They're going to have to get rolling. They're back in that 3-man backfield again. And it's going to go to Kress. And Kress is going to be bottled up right along the line of scrimmage. Savitsky, really the guy that screwed that play up for them, as Savitsky would not budge off the line of scrimmage.
Him and McCullum and pickup of nothing on that play.
3rd and 5, no huddle. And now it's Kress the other way. And Kress goes nowhere as the Red Tornadoes stand him up again.
Who is that?
We're getting off the bottom. It's
Demetrius.
Demetrius.
It was Demetrius that made the hit at the initial hit coming from that defensive end position, I think. And, of course, Steck coming in to help.
Now, the Spartans took their final timeout here. They're out of timeouts. There's 1:43 remaining in the football game. And the line of scrimmage is still the 5. They didn't budge on the last 3 plays, and now it's 4th and goal from the 5.
No, it's a little tough. 4th and goal from the 5. The passing game hasn't been quite there for North Schuylkill as of yet. Are you going to see a quarterback keeper to fake and try to have Kelly go around the end? That's been their big play. They've been picking up some yardage with that.
All right, big play for the Spartans here as Kelly trots back in the huddle. The Red Tornadoes have put up a wall here now at the 5. And we'll see what the Spartans have as they'll come out. And now they're going to come out in a straight I formation. He has White Cabbage in front of Kress. And it's going to be Kelly on a keeper. Kelly looks to go inside, and Kelly puts it in. Touchdown. Kelly stretched his hand out over the goal line, and they give him a touchdown. It's 28-20 with a minute 38 remaining in the football game. An exciting end to this game. It was an exciting beginning and now an exciting end to the football game as they'll come in to attempt a 1-point conversion. So Hutnick will tee it, or Hutnick will kick it. It's coming out of the hole of Ferrari. And he puts it up, and I'll tell you what, he kicks.
Yes, he does.
He has a strong leg. I mean, he lets it go, it goes. And it's now 28-21 in favor of the Red Tornadoes. They'll be receiving what I assume will be onside kick.
I don't think
you get the word onside out of me there, but
not much assumption here. I think that is going to be the case.
Well, look at the Red Tornadoes now. Look at the lineup they put in. Every single person who ever touched the ball is now
as a receiver. You're right.
They're all up there now. The regular team is out as they expect an onside kick from the Spartans.
Look at that. You never see Moreau's up in the center of that line, do you? No, he's up there.
Here we are.
Pulowski's up there. Kevin Demko's up there. DeMarco's up there. And who's on the
Kovaleski on the far side
Kovaleski. So I think every receiver, I think I saw Coach Brennan going through and saying, you're a receiver, get out there. You're a receiver, get out there. You're a lineman, get over there. Stand on the sideline until we get done here.
Now, they have one guy back, and that's Sinopoli, but you can see where they're lining it up at. I mean, they're obviously going to be an onside kick as he's now kicking from the side here. And you can see the way he's pointing himself that it's going to the Spartan bench. That's the smart way to do it. And he missed it. He missed it. And they're going to call it. I'm not sure. He should run. Why is it dead?
I have no idea.
Why is the ball dead, folks? You can't call the ball dead. Ooh. A little bit of a boo-boo there that time. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Well, you know what happens? They call it dead ball, inadvertent whistle again.
Well, inadvertent whistle or not, that was a bonehead call there.
Yeah, he did. Even though it touches the defender, it's not a down ball. They mark it there just in case there's a penalty of some sort, but he has the ability to advance that ball, which DeMarco was already down the field 15 yards.
It's 1st and 10 Red Tornadoes, and Washleski will take a knee as the Red Tornadoes are going to be happy just to wind the clock out here.
Kidding.
But boy, it ends on a weird play. I haven't seen that one either this year or in a long time. Obviously, it didn't go 10 yards, so maybe that's the rule. But I've never seen it actually happen that way, where everybody was confused, including the two of the referees were sure that he was running downfield for the touchdown. So very strange call that time, and we'll get a clarification of that. Maybe Jose knows that at the end of the game, because God knows we know that I don't know what's going on most of the time in that rule book. All right, we line back up again. This is the touch the knee and get out of here kind of formation, which he does once again. Clock now under 50 seconds and counting. The Red Tornadoes have 2 more downs, so they will be able to run this clock out, and they're going to walk out of Spartan Stadium here with a hard-fought 28-21 win. Although, quite frankly, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that although the Spartans played very well, the Red Tornadoes didn't look sharp tonight, especially on offense. This is the second game in a row that the offense has absolutely sputtered for the Red Tornadoes. He'll have to take one more knee, and that'll be it. He won't have to do it again. And he does. And that will bring an end to the football game here on the campus of North Schuylkill Area High School and Spartan Stadium. The Red Tornadoes have beaten the Spartans and will have an undefeated regular season. They're 10-0 going into the District 4 playoffs. And a reminder, as you are watching this on Wednesday, if you have not heard, the game will be on Saturday night, not Friday night.
Not Friday.
So make sure you understand that. Mark your calendars. It'll be in the Silver Bowl, but it will be on Saturday night. And someday we'll explain that to you too, but we don't even understand that one right now.
Yeah, we don't understand that.
That's just the way it's going to be. So it's going to be a Saturday night game in the Silver Bowl. And I'm not sure who we're going to play. I see we have Phil Gergen, the sports information director, who's looking to get some scores. It looks for all intents and purposes that it would be Troy, will be the school coming to us.
Right.
But they were waiting on, I'm not sure, there was like Cowanesque Valley. And some unknown school I never heard of play. and they were trying to determine if that was going to affect the outcome. Okay, I still don't know who that is, but he told me what it was. And we don't know a score on that, I guess. We don't know who we're playing yet. Phil, can you tell that from your phone? Phil's trying to connect to the World Wide Web on his phone here and trying to get us an idea. So we will not know, and this broadcast will end without us knowing, obviously, but you will long before you see this on a Wednesday night. I want to thank again everybody at the Service Electric Cablevision Group, again, for helping us and getting us on the air.
That's right.
Without them, you don't see us, and we want to thank them again. Their 60th year of service, and WKMC TV celebrating its 40th year of broadcast excellence here out of the Mount Carmel Area High School, and very proud to be part of that. Yeah. The small part that we play, we're proud of it, and it's been a great year so far. Again, the Red Tornadoes will complete a 10-0 season.
This is the inaugural year of the Heartland Conference.
Inaugural year of the Heartland. And at the we were talking about the Heartland Conference with the Greg Sakavich, the AD, before the game. And he was, I didn't think of it until he said it, but you realize the Heartland Conference in all three divisions came down to the
last 2 years.
The last
2 weeks.
The last 2 weeks.
Yep.
We settled the Division 2 last week with Southern.
Tonight,
Montoursville and Selinsgrove will settle Division 1. And last night, I guess it was Central Columbia and Bloomsburg settled Division 3. So I'll tell you what, if you're looking and wondering how the Heartland Conference fared out in its first year, it was a success.
You can't get any better than that. You go that, and in fact, if you take a look at what had gone on through the season, you get down late into the season, you got Lewisburg and Mount Carmel, both undefeated teams, strong defenders in the district, or in their division in the Heartland Conference, both undefeated that late in the season. There's Southern area with only one loss. Mount Carmel again undefeated at that point in time. So, there was some tough competition in this Heartland Conference, and I'm sure that they can be proud of it. It took a while to set up, a couple of years of talking, job owning, trying to get the teams together and everything else, but I think they've done an outstanding job in their decision making.
Yeah, absolutely. We got to see some new schools this year that we've never been to. It was really a fun time for us. The crew, on the other hand, who has to go to a new stadium, probably isn't saying the word fun right now. I'm sure they have a different view of it as they have to figure out how to get electricity and run cables and do everything like that. But for us, it was fun to visit some new venues and see some new schools. We'll see some new places again next year. The Heartland Conference schedule, as we said, will remain exactly the same next year. There will be no change. And then the third year, you'll start to see some juggling of that schedule. At least that's what we understand. I don't know how much of this is written in stone yet, but the exact same schedule next year, just the switch is the home and away.
That's right.
And it should even out next year, so there's no more 2 away games or 2 home games. It'll even back out to home, away, supposedly. I said we will still see the Spartans at the end of the year, and we'll see them at the end of the year at our place, of course, next year. And judging from the way they played and judging from the youth on this team, I mean, I think that they're going to be a force to reckon with in the years to come. As we said, they're going to move into District 11, and they said Palisades. I don't know who they're playing, but whoever they're playing, I mean, whoever they're playing is going to have their hands full, to tell you the truth.
Yep.
I mean, they can be a force in District 11, so it'll be interesting to see how far they go in the playoffs here. And if they go far enough, of course, and we go far enough, you meet them again, because we are 2 AA schools, so we're going to bump into each other sooner or later. And it'll be interesting to see where that goes. We see Jose wandering over to his headset here, and we don't have a camera. I don't know where the camera went. The camera must be in the huddle up there. But Jose has his headset on. I think he can hear me down there.
Yeah, we're good, Warren. You guys okay?
We're ready to go.
We're good.
Okay, quickly, for North Schuylkill. 34 rushes, 151 yards, 5 of 12 passing for 37 yards. Total offense, 188 yards, 9 first downs. A great performance by the Spartans tonight. For Mount Carmel, 36 rushes for 114, 16 of 21 passing for 183, total offense 297, and 16 first downs. Individually, Justin Pulowski, 12 for 61, Julius Demetrius, 12 for 54, Marcus Sepp, 6 for -2, Myrick Lamb, 2 for 3, and Dave DeMarco, 2 for -3. Receiving, Matty Morose back to the living this week with a great game. 6 for 94. Pulowski 2 for 5. Julius Demetrius 2 for 23. Colin Menepace 2 for 17. Matt Kovaleski 2 for 11. And Jared Morgan 2 for 33. 6 different receivers, 183 yards. A very good night. The most important thing tonight, undefeated regular season. Last time 2002. Prior to that, 1996, 1973, 1972, 1970, 69, and 68 in the modern area. So this is a team in an elite group of people with an undefeated regular season. That was the second goal after the Heartland Conference. We open up Friday or Saturday night, probably Troy, in a quest for a district title.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, you cannot diminish what an undefeated season is. There are so few of them in anybody's program. Certainly, we have our share of them, and it's a great honor to be part of one here again for these kids. And again, 25 seniors. So it all came together for them in this regular season, and just as we had hoped, they move into the district again on Saturday night. You're watching us on a Wednesday, so on Saturday night they go into the district. I want to remind everybody about Supper Club tomorrow night. Of course, you don't want to miss Supper Club when we go into district play. Well, they're all about who we believe to be Troy. We're not sure of that, but obviously, as you hear this, you're going to know who it is. But I guess if there's any concern, Jose, it's that the offense seems to be kind of sputtering itself into the playoffs instead of going in with a head of steam.
Yeah, a little bit out of sync tonight. And, you know, I don't want to be like a lot of other guys are. We got to give credit to North Schuylkill. They came to play tonight. They did a good job. They pressured us. They had good coverage. Marcus had some time to throw, and there were people covered. So I just think it was a combination of things, and we just never seemed to get off track tonight. But we'll be back. We'll be ready to go. We'll have a nice week, and we'll lift, and we'll be ready, and we'll get ready for Troy, and we'll make a nice run in the districts here.
Jose, real quick, what's the explanation on the onside kick down there that DeMarco had picked up?
I thought definitely he should have been able to pick it and run it, but as it were, the kicker kicked the ball and then kicked it again, essentially downing it. So, you know, once he touched it, he basically downed it.
He touched it twice. So I didn't see that.
But see, I thought a touch ball was only a mark, like the second touch, because you see it a lot of times even downfield when they kick, the ball is touched by the kickoff team. It's not down there. It was just an inadvertent touch. I don't know if you could even call that a downing. That would be more of an inadvertent touch.
That's what they did. That's what they called it, a second touching or a downing. And, yeah, I thought we should have been able to advance the ball, but I didn't see that. The kicker himself kicked it again, so that was his second touch.
Okay. All right.
It was an interesting ball game on the referee side of this, only in where the ball placement was, mostly on the first downs. They're one of the few groups that pick it up and move it and then measure it.
Well, I thought the side judge was calling a lot of the spots, but I thought he was out of position most of the night. Now, I guess we shouldn't be doing that, but it seemed like he was either behind the ball or ahead of the ball, but not on the line where the ball was, and I think it was very difficult for him to have a spot. But you're right, there was a lot of questionable spots. The guys on a change, you know, usually we get along pretty good. We don't fight with each other, but they were calling it the same way. They just thought it was a rough night for the spots tonight, both ways.
Yeah, it didn't hurt anybody, and they weren't certainly showing favoritism. It's just oddly enough, they would pick the ball up and move it before they measured it, which is not something you see very often. Usually you're holding your hand on the ball waiting for the measurement so you don't lose the spot, and I thought that was kind of odd. Every time we got to a close call either side, the ball got put to the hash mark. Then they would measure it, find out if it was 1st and 10 or not, and then move the ball back again.
Yeah, you're right. They even did it right here on the sideline where the ball went out, where the chain was.
Right.
And he moved it back onto the field of play before they marked it or checked it.
But just an interesting way of looking at it, that's all. It's a sidelight to the game, but it was a hard-fought game as we thought it would be. The Spartans, they said, they move into District 11, and I think they're going to be a force to reckon with, to tell you the truth. I wouldn't want to be in District 11 watching this group show up.
I agree. I think they're going to be represent very well. I think Mount Carmel's going to be ready. This is what we wanted. We got an undefeated season. We got an opportunity to play 3 district games at home, hopefully one at a time. The second season begins, and this is where I hope that we can show that we belong where we are right now.
Oh, absolutely. So you're going to be okay on a Saturday night? Or we have to do anything different for you? Or?
I'll be there.
You'll be there, ready to go?
I'll be there.
All right, Jose. Thanks a lot. I appreciate
guys.
it as always.
All right, see you later.
All right, take care. All right, folks, we're going to wrap it up here from Spartan Stadium. This has been a sports presentation of WKMC TV. I am Warren Altamar.
And Wayne Brokenshire.
And for Jose Gonzalo, Good night, and see you on Saturday.